Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tuesday. This is the Crafty Cottage, and we're obviously not in my craft room right now. Today I had a dermatologist appointment, so I thought it would be a good time to go around to little free libraries again and do a little tour of a different area of my city. Let's go do it. First things first, I want a drink that's not just my water, and I can't decide between coffee at 7 Brew or bubble tea at Leaf Tea House. So I think I'm gonna flip a coin because I have a penny right here. So let's go ahead and flip this. We'll say heads, we go get bubble tea, and tails, we get coffee. Can you see it down there? It's tails, but I want bubble tea. So let's go get some bubble tea and start this fun adventure. Alright, so I got my milk tea. I got rose milk tea with strawberry popping boba. I realized that I won't be able to look at my phone and record at the same time. So I'm downloading the Little Free Library app onto my iPad so that I can look at the map to see where I'm going. Yeah, that was bad. I don't usually struggle that much. Still waiting for it to download, but I know of one that is right over here somewhere, so let's go look at this one. I have 6 books with me, I think. All right, so I've downloaded it. People are looking at me weird. I have 6 books that I can trade out if I find any more than that. Whoops. So I got to the tea place early, and they hadn't yet opened, so I had to sit and wait for a little while, which was a little embarrassing. But I did call the pharmacy for my medicine. So there are 2 along this road. I'm going to go to this one's at a school, and it is during school time, so I don't know if I'm gonna go to that one. I might like drive by it because, like I said, it's out of school and it's school time, so I don't want to like do that. But there's another one down the road a little ways at a dentist's office, so we'll go there and then we'll go south from there because I am north of my house and I need to go south to go home. So we will do that. So I passed it, so I have to go turn around. It's up there. I think I know where I'm going now, but yeah, this is hard. Okay, so I found it. It's in a weird spot. I'll try to video it, but we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna take this one. So let's go look at books. So that one was really bare. So let's go go to this one. It's called the Little Fish Library. Let's see if we can find this one without getting too lost. So I'm looking for this little free library, and this neighborhood seems like one of those ones that would have a million little free libraries. So I don't know exactly where I'm going. I'm just looking. I haven't seen it yet. I could also be looking at the wrong side of the road, because that is something that I have done before, because I'm sure I've passed it. So I believe I'm just on the wrong road, period. So let me just... go this way. And this guy is looking at me like I'm crazy, which is fine, because I am. Oh, they have a tire swing, that's so cute. I was just on the wrong road, which seemed like something I would do. Doing this is always weird, because like you gotta drive so slow, and then people look at you weird, and then it's like, I'm sorry if I look like a creep, I'm just trying to find free books. It says I'm there. Let's turn back down this road. I think I figured it out. There's gonna be a little turn in for a road up here, right there. And then I turn there. And it should be on that road, I think. There it is, I found it. All by myself. Look at me go. And this one's cool because I don't think I have to get out of my car to go look at it. Squirrel. Ooh, this one looks promising. This one looks promising. I'm also scared that these people are here. Okay, so the cool thing is I can just like get out of my car and look, and I don't have to turn my car off or anything. So let me go look. Ooh, 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 ooh. There were so many good choices in that one. I did walk out with 2, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so I found another one. It's right over there. I did find another one, but it was like more of a pantry style one. And there were people in the parking lot and there was nothing in it. But this one is in a Baptist church parking lot, and it is for specifically kids, but I'm going to see if I can find anything in it. Alright, so I did find one book. It is Playing the Palace. I'm going to talk about all these at the end when I get home. Because this one's more focused on kids, I didn't want to put any more adult, because there were a couple adult ebooks. I didn't want to put another one in there since it's more focused for kids. Alright, so there are 3 different libraries here that I'm going to look at. Wish me luck. there was a guy washing his car. And there's just like a lot of people in general in this area. I found 2 books and I'm excited about them. They're books that I would like to read. I feel like I should be able to see it, but I don't. It says it was the first house. Did I turn wrong? Or am I just blind? Or did I, like, not get there yet? Because that's also a possibility, because I'm just stupid sometimes. I really need to stop doing this 2-for-1 thing, because I keep getting 2 books and only putting 1 back. So I stopped and then I looked at my map and I have 2 more that I know where they are. So we're gonna go there now. There's a car behind me that people are in and it's kind of weirding me out. I got 1 book and I found this really pretty tree that is already turning fall colors, which is my favorite. Anyway, I got 1 book and I put 1 in. That one didn't really have a whole lot that I would have wanted. Right there, I sees it. Oh, this one's so good. wrong one. An unmarked one. Back up. It's got Twilight in it. That's all I can see. I'm gonna park in their driveway, and I don't even feel bad about it. So I'm technically out of books because I got 2 out of that one, so I put my last book in there. However, I was on a mission for this one, and I'm gonna go look in it, and if I find anything that I like in there, I guess I'm just not gonna put a book back. Let's go. I didn't find anything in that one. And I need to go pick up my prescription. I've killed enough time that they filled it. I really do think if I just drove around this little area, I would find so many, like, unmarked free little libraries. Because I discovered recently that in order to be recognized on the map, you have to buy one of their charter plates that go on it, which, whatever. But those things are like 40 bucks, which is kind of ridiculous to me. So I'm gonna drive. I'm not really looking for any more, but if I happen to pass any more, I'll stop. But currently I am just going to get my prescription. So I will see you guys if I find another library, or when I get home, so I can tell you all about the books that I got today. So I will see you guys then. Hello, I am back home in front of my bookshelf with all the books that I got for today. It's a pretty large stack. Let me first, before we get into the books that I got today, let me go ahead and light a candle for you guys. This is another one that I've made. This is Lavender Vanilla. So let's go ahead and light this and get into all these books that I got today. Alright, let me see if I can pick up these books without dropping them. Look at all these books that I got! So you will have seen me go to several different free little libraries today, and I tried to do different ones from the last little free library tour that I did. Let me just quickly go through the books. There's some of these that I have no idea what they're about, and then there's some of them that I'm like, they just sound cool, or I've heard that they're good, so I got them anyway. Alright, so this first book I actually didn't get today, but I did get it from a free little library. I got this Agatha Christie book, and then there were none. I got this from a free little library that was next to my aunt's house. I was there the other day, and she did my hair for me, and I just stopped by, and I saw this Agatha Christie book, and I just wanted to pick it up. This actually says that it is #1 in a series, I guess, so that's pretty cool. No idea what it's about, but Agatha Christie, I like mysteries and thrillers, so anything by her is basically a classic, so I went ahead and got this one. I can't remember what order I got any of these books in, so I'm just going from the top of the stack down to the bottom, which happens to be organized by size. So the next book that I have is Death with All the Trimmings by Lucy Burdett, and it's got this little cat on the front. And I remember a booktuber that I've been watching recently talking about these cat murder mystery books, and I thought it was Pages with Paige. And I think I'm right, but I can't remember. And I went back and I rewatched several of her videos right before I sat down to film this, because I was like, yeah, I want to see if it's the same cat murder mystery series or whatever. That's the only reason I grabbed this book, was because I thought that's who talked about these, but I really can't remember right now. But I think that's what this is. I'm not 100%. I didn't read the back. I literally saw a cat on the cover, and it looks like the book that she picked up, but I can't remember if it's her now, and it's driving me crazy until I figure out who it is. So I got this book specifically for that reason. It's got a cat on it, and it's murder mystery. The next book in my stack is Stephen King. It is The Eyes of the Dragon. Solely picked this up because it's a Stephen King. There seems to be a theme going on so far of thrillers and mysteries. Again, no idea what it's about. Picked it up because it's a Stephen King book. I guess I could read the backs of these for you guys. Once in a kingdom called Delane, there was a king with 2 sons. And that's like a little quote on the back right there. Thus begins one of the most unique tales that master storyteller Stephen King has ever written, a sprawling fantasy of dark magic and the struggle for absolute power that utterly transforms the destinies of 2 brothers born into royalty. Through this enthralling masterpiece of mythical adventure, intrigue, and terror, readers will thrill to this unforgettable narrative filled with relentless, wicked enchantment and the most terrible of secret, The Eyes of the Dragon by Stephen King. This next book, if you don't know what it's about, where have you been? I found Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, which is the 3rd book in the trilogy. I don't have the first 2, but now I have the 3rd one, which I can just work on getting the other 2. So this is the 3rd book in the series. The first one is The Fellowship of the Ring, the second one is The Two Towers, and the 3rd one is Return of the King. Lord of the Rings, I mean, what is there to tell? Since this is the 3rd book, I don't really want to tell what the back says, just in case you haven't read the first 2 or seen the movies, which I will again say, where have you been? Alright, the next 2 books I did get at the same library, and I only know that because they both came with bookmarks. So the first one that I got is called Reputation. It says A Lady is Nothing Without One. It is by Lex Croucher. The back says, it is a truth universally acknowledged that girls just want to have fun. Bookish, sheltered Georgina Ehlers is spending the summer with her aunt and uncle in their English countryside home. At a particularly dull party, she meets the enigmatic Francis Campbell, a member of the upper... This is why I don't read the backs. A member of the upper echelons of Regency society who delights Georgina with her disregard for politeness or propriety. Georgina quickly falls in with Francis and her friends, who introduce her to a world of drunken debauchery and lavish parties. When she meets the seemingly quiet and straight-laced Thomas Huxley, sparks fly, but Thomas seems unimpressed with the company she keeps. Soon, Georgina begins to wonder if the price to enter this world will be higher than she can afford to pay. Set in a time when one's reputation was everything, this hilarious debut explores sex, belonging, and status through the eyes of an unforgettable heroine whom Jane Austen herself would have cheered for. Reputation. The girls on the front, they look like Disney princesses. The next book that I got was from the same library because they gave these bookmarks in them, and that is The Help by Catherine Stockett. This book has been made into a movie, and I think I've seen bits of the movie, but not as a whole. So it'd be interesting to read the book and then eventually maybe actually watch the movie altogether. So 22-year-old Skeeter has just returned home with a degree from Ole Miss, but her mother won't be happy until she has a ring on her finger. Aibileen is a black maid, a wise, regal woman raising her 17th white child. Minnie, Abileen's best friend, can cook like nobody's business, but she can't mind her tongue, so she can't keep a job. It's 1962, and these 3 ordinary women are about to take one extraordinary step that forever changes a town in the way women, mothers, daughters, caregivers, friends view one another. So this is The Help. I believe my sister has this book. I don't think she ever got around to reading it. I never looked at the bookmarks that were in it. This one's in The Help, and it is like bent So maybe they just like kept the bookmarks in there for other people to use. I don't know. And then this one is advice from a river. And then it has a little poem. It says, go with the flow, slow down and meander, go around the obstacles, stay current. The beauty is in the journey. By Eileen Shamir. Alright, the next book I got, I have seen a lot on BookTube, and I got it because I did sprints with Ellie from Earl Grey Books and Mel from A Bookish Friend Mel, and they talked about this book, and I had heard nothing but good things about it, so I wanted to get it. Again, mystery thriller. I got The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. No idea what it's about. I only got it because they talked about it and because I've seen it so much. All I know is it's a mystery, I'm pretty sure. And I don't even know that because I just said I'm pretty sure. So, let me read the back. Reclusive Hollywood icon Evelyn Hugo is finally ready to tell the truth about her glamorous and scandalous life. But when she chooses unknown magazine reporter Monique Grant to write her story, no one is more astounded than Monique herself. Determined to use this opportunity to jumpstart her career, Monique listens in fascination from making her way to Los Angeles in the 1950s to leaving show business in the 80s, and of course, the seven husbands along the way. Evelyn unspools a tale of ruthless ambition, unexpected friendship, and a great forbidden love. But as Evelyn's story nears its conclusion, it becomes clear that her life intersects with Monique's own in tragic and irreversible ways. Written with Reid's signature talent for creating complex, likable characters, this is a mesmerizing journey through the splendor of old Hollywood into the sobering realities of the present day as two women struggle with what it means and what it costs to face the truth. Seems like a mystery to me. And it's been on BookTube really big lately, so I thought it would be a good grab. The next book in my stack is a popular movie that I've seen a million times and cried a million times, and I didn't realize that this book was by this author, but I got Bridge to Terabithia by, oh no, I just didn't read that right, Catherine Patterson. I thought it said James Patterson when I picked it up, but I got Bridge to Terabithia. Again, it's been a movie for a very long time, so if you don't know what this is about or why I've cried through it, where have you been?
Hello, Editing Tuesday here. So, I end up reading the back of this book, and if you don't want it spoiled, then skip to this timestamp right here, because the back kind of spoils a little bit.
This Newbery Medal winning novel by best-selling author Catherine Patterson has been a modern classic about friendship and loss for 40 years. Jess Aarons has been practicing all summer so he can be the fastest runner in the 5th grade, and he almost is until the new girl in school, Leslie Burke, outpaces him. The two become fast friends and spend most days in the woods behind Leslie's house, where they invent an enchanted land called Terabithia. One morning, Leslie goes to Terabithia without Jess, and tragedy occurs. It will take the love of his family and the strength that Leslie has given him for Jess to be able to deal with his grief. Well, that just kind of tells you what's gonna happen, even if you haven't read it. That's so stupid. Anyway, Bridge to Terabithia. I had to grab this one. The next book in my stack is Playing the Palace by Paul Rudnick. I do remember I got this one at outside the Baptist church that I think I talked about. And just the top says, Bridget Jones's Diary meets The Prince and Me with a gay twist in this royally hilarious and heartwarming romantic comedy by award-winning playwright, novelist, screenwriter, and essayist Paul Rudnick. I didn't really want to read any more into this one because it just seems interesting, I guess. So I'm not going to read the back just because I want to go into this one blind, but Playing the Palace. The next book I got is called Roll With It by Jamie Sumner, and this is what it looks like. I again wanted to go into this one blind, so I did not read the back, but it looks like from the beginning, I know they say don't judge a book by its cover, but it looks like a middle grade that I will be interested in. All I read at the back was Ellie tells it like it is. That surprises some people who see a girl in a wheelchair and think she's going to be all sunshine and cuddles. That's the first 2 lines. I didn't really want to read any more in it because I, again, just want to be surprised on what it is. The next book in my stack is The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. It's exactly what it says, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. If you don't know who Sherlock Holmes is, where you been? I just assume that this is a series of stories following Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. I've seen several retellings of Sherlock Holmes, so I'm sure I might know some of these stories, I might not, but we'll see, because I'm excited for this. Alright, I have 2 more books left, and I'm pretty excited about this next one. It is Hero of Hacksaw Ridge. It is, I don't know if this is based off the movie or the movie's based off this, or they just kind of like work together to tell the whole story. But this is, if you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend it. It is literally one of my favorite movies. I love military history. I love war movies. And this is honestly one of my favorites. It is during World War II, in Japan or Okinawa. I think it's Japan. The hero of Hacksaw Ridge refers to Desmond Doss. He has something happen in his youth to where he vows to never carry or touch a weapon of any kind. So he enlists after Pearl Harbor, like most Americans do. He enlists and he goes in with the idea that he is not going to touch a weapon. He is going to be a medic, therefore he does not have to train with weapons. He gets into his basic or boot camp, and he's been put in the wrong area, I guess, and so they start to put him through weapons training, but he refuses to touch a weapon, and it's this whole big ordeal, and he ends up going into battle without ever touching a weapon because he's going to be a medic. And he ends up saving a whole bunch of people, and I think this is just a rendition of, if I could read, do you see that right there? The gripping true story that inspired the movie. So yes, this is the story of Desmond Doss, and I assume it's just going to be just like the movie, and it's not very big, so I'm very excited about this one. I actually like gasped out loud when I saw this and I grabbed it. Alright, the last book that I have from this trip is The Maid by Nita Prose. No idea what this is about. I just feel like I've seen this cover somewhere, and it could be on BookTube. I have no idea. I'm just assuming this is a mystery. When I picked it up, I was right, because it says a dead body is one mess she can't clean up on her own. I'm going to leave it at that, because that already intrigues me. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified when I post again, and I will be seeing you guys in my next video. Bye!